And they are off. Looks like going through the initial stage, TortaDiego taking out the first couple of gun vaults with no problems, and mDoys doing the same. They head through the rolled crushers now on their way to the second gun vault, and that one falls as well for both of our runners. And now they move on to the B section. The B is really the first RNG stage that you're going to really have. Looks like they both get good RNG through the first B, and they're able to mash them down. So now they go to the second B without too much concern for death. Another good RNG pattern for both of our runners, and now they move on to the next area. TortaDiego with 5 health to his name. mDoys only has 2, but that is okay because you do have an unwinnable boss fight coming up. So the less health you have, the quicker the boss fight goes. So TortaDiego is going to look to get himself down to about 3 health here. So let's see what type of strategy he does to get down. Have the ability to do Tazcars, and it does like TortaDiego is going to opt for the Tazcar strat. mDoys actually picked up a large health drops, so he's going to have to do Tazcars as well. Very done by both of our runners, but Torta loses the car, and now he's going to go into the boss with 4 health. So he's got to take one more hit here from one of these 2 cars. Takes out the first car. Looks like he's running away from the ship. There's the second hit there. So now, very well done, an incoming boss fight. So very good vial for both Torta and mDoys, and vial grab at 204 for both of them. And now we move on to the next stage of this race. It's going to be penguin stage for both of our runners. This is where we get the dash boots, and this is where things will really speed up for our runners. Alright, making their way now through the mountain section towards the inner cave. And once they get to the inner cave, you're going to see them do a couple of slope jumps here. Slope jumps work by moving down a hill. When you move down a hill in this game, as in any type of game and even in real life, you move a little bit faster. So by jumping, you carry that speed. You saw mDoys do it right there, and Torta nails it as well. You carry that speed through your jump, and you're actually able to gain height as well on the jump. So now they're going to get their Christmas present from Dr. Light. We wish everybody here at Speed Gaming a very Merry Christmas to all of the viewers, and the game is going to speed up now for both of our runners as mDoys and TortaDiego come out of the light capsule with their new Christmas present. mDoys taking out the flamingo very nicely, and now TortaDiego jumping his way through the cave as well, and onward to the snowball sections they go. mDoys and TortaDiego neck and neck. You see a couple more slope jumps there by mDoys getting to the top of the platform, and they move their way to the snowball section. mDoys touches the door first, TortaDiego about a half second behind him. So now we start out. This boss can be very, very RNG dependent, as you see there. TortaDiego gets a slide, and now mDoys is getting one as well. Very good jump in between the penguins and the actual penguin. Those are very scary jumps to make at the beginning of the section, but both of these runners are highly skilled, but TortaDiego gets frozen. He's able to come out of it, and mDoys finishes him off. So TortaDiego now taking a small advantage. The next stage for both of the runners will be the Coanger section. And as we get to the Coanger section, this is where we're really going to start seeing if any of our runners go for safety straps. The Iceless Heart at the end of Coanger section is the first safety item available to our runners. So let's see if any of our runners have the Iceless Jump in them. As you see, oh, mDoys struggling with that right wall jump, but he's got it down now. Oh, he misses a dash there, but gets to the ladder very good. Next up is the Turtles. Turtle skip can be a nuisance for runners. You see TortaDiego taking a clip there, but mDoys is getting through the first turtle, but he misses the dash on the second one. So now he's going to take his time. And, oh, the last turtle with the troll shot. But mDoys to the elevator now. TortaDiego dodging the jammingers on the elevator. And you're going to see mDoys, he's actually taking a damage boost. This is actually a glitch on the right wall elevator. If you jump straight up, a neutral jump, and then you do a wall kick off the wall without holding a direction, you'll receive the iframes, but you won't take damage. So mDoys actually catches up just a little bit. And now the ladder yadder section for both of our runners. This can be a very, very painful area. If you mess up one ladder, you're actually going to throw the platforms out of sequence, and mDoys has got to be very careful with his health here. He's got 3 health to his name. Takes out that next ladder yadder. You see the platform came out just a little early for him, but he was able to get around it. Now TortaDiego moving his way through, and mDoys has got to be very careful going through this stage. He's got 3 health. Okay, now he gets a big health drop, so now he's safe. Anybody know how to dance? Oh, TortaDiego just misses it. And now TortaDiego's going to have to take a modified version of the fight. He is a very skilled runner, though, so he should not have any problems with this. Dodging, jumping. Oh, he centers himself for the final hit, but he does get grabbed, but that's okay. He finished him off nicely. mDoys also misses the dance. So, mDoys now. And once you get him into the teleport pattern, you can really just kind of stand still like you see mDoys doing here and taking out Coanger. Once he gets down to less than 50% health, he cannot teleport on top of you. So, using that knowledge, mDoys just stood completely still and paid attention to Coanger's movements, taking him out nicely. Next up is the Sting Chameleon stage. Will either of our runners fight RT55J for the armor? TortaDiego dashing his way through. It looks like TortaDiego is going to bypass the armor. That is a route optimization that he is choosing to take. And mDoys also skipping the armor. So it looks like we are going to have an armor run. The main reason that you see most of our runners take armor is because it is a 50% damage reduction. However, it is a time loss of about 50 seconds depending on how good of an RT55J fight you have. Now moving on to Chameleon for both of our runners. And this is about as simple of a boss fight as you get. Simple left-right rodeo. And it does look like we're going to have Berlin Dude #1 joining us on commentary. As soon as he gets in here, we'll welcome him to the stream. mDoys now starting his Chameleon rodeo. He gets the pattern, and once you get the pattern, it's pretty much you can do it with one hand blindfolded and without your left toe. I hope everybody still has their left toe, though. And welcome to the stream, Berlin 1. Next up for our runners is going to be the the Storm Eagle section.
Hey Cass, hello. How's it going here? Let's see.
It looks like TortaDiego has a slight advantage, but he actually missed a wall kick, and he's having some trouble on these platforms here.
Yeah.
TortaDiego appears to be skipping the E-Tank as well. My goodness.
Going for the risky strats, I would say.
Oh, mDoys slips off as well, but he's able to recover nicely. And now will mDoys go for the... mDoys is also skipping the E-Tank.
It's definitely the fastest way, but of course they have to be very... let's say they have to be very playing safe until now, because they don't have anymore the E-Tank possibility to refill their HP. So it's a risky race, but of course the fastest way.
Yeah. It is definitely the fastest way, but you have to question now when you see them bypassing some of the safety strats, you have to really question their confidence on the final Sigma fight. Generally, safety strats are used for one fight and one fight only, and watching TortaDiego in his last race, he does have a very high amount of confidence on his final Sigma fight. I have not watched mDoys do any percent yet. Do you have any comments on his final Sigma fight?
Well, I would say he's for sure not going for the E-Tank because of reasons. I think he's confident with this fight, or he's just saying, okay, I need the advantage of the time, so I'll try that and just go for risky strats. Cannot tell you. Perhaps even the two talked together before and said, okay, we both are skipping everything and see who wins. You never know.
Well, that would be a very, very fun gentleman's agreement to watch.
How much time difference we have right now? I would say like looks like 7-8 seconds.
I would say TortaDiego has about a 15-second time advantage, entering Thunder Slimer at 12:32, and we'll see roughly where mDoys enters his Thunder Slimer fight at. Both of them with a very, very good hallway. mDoys going for the more optimal Zam hallway strat. And mDoys is going to be entering Thunder Slimer at roughly 12:52, so it's a 20-second advantage at Thunder Slimer entrance for TortaDiego. And mDoys, well, it was not a low percent agreement at TortaDiego picking up the heart there. And that is actually a very important, one heart is actually a very important heart to obtain during the any percent strat. We talked earlier about Final Sigma. mDoys is also going to be grabbing that one heart. So let's see if they go for the Dillo heart as well. X starts the game off with 16 health. Picking up one heart gives him 18 health, and obviously 2 hearts is 20 health. The reason why that is such an important number is the Final Sigma, his claws will do 8 damage. So if you don't pick up any hearts, 8 plus 8 is 16, you die. You can only take 1 hit. But if you pick up 1 heart, 8 plus 8 is 16, you still got 2 health left. So that 1 heart can be the difference between life and death.
I heard earlier that 1 heart is not enough to avoid any death. It has to be at least 2 hearts. So I'm not so sure about 1 heart, but of course 1 heart is better than nothing every time.
Well, it also depends on lightning. Lightning can deal 12 damage, so if you take a lightning shot, it ain't gonna do you any good. But if you only take shots from the claws, it will actually prevent you from dying after 1 hit.
Yeah, of course.
So next up, let's see if we have a route divergence here. TortaDiego is going to the Dillo stage, and it looks like mDoys will also be going to the Dillo section, so...
So we can take track about everything. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So, TortaDiego still expanding his lead just so slightly. mDoys had a very bad Thunder Slimer pattern that he was given to him. mDoys went for the Phantom grab there. He was just a little a little low, it appeared on the screen. And now TortaDiego does pick up the heart, so he has 20 health to his name. Keep in mind, both of these runners have skipped every E-Tank, and they have also skipped the armor. So TortaDiego, unless he decides to go for the Mammoth Hearts, will be finishing 8 Mavs and entering Sigma with 20 health, and mDoys will be doing the same.
Just continue with everything. I have to just look for the commentary stream right now. So I will be 2-3 minutes not in the race, so just go ahead.
Alrighty. And TortaDiego now DPSing down. And Armadillo is now dead. And now mDoys. He actually gets the more optimum pattern from Dillo. And he's going to be able to start the DPS much sooner than TortaDiego was able to. So he's going to be able to pick up some time on this section. And now next up is Octo stage for both of our runners. Well, maybe I suppose you could do Mammoth 7th. That wouldn't... I wouldn't think that you would do Mammoth 7th.
No, from the selection, not so...
There are plenty of times when you can do Mammoth, but while Mammoth, you can do Mammoth as long as you Penguin stage and Eagle stage. You can do Mammoth anytime after that, but 7th is generally not a number you see Mammoth on. Through the water and over the turtles, mDoys is on his way to the first Angler. The game developers were extremely lazy when developing the Octopus stage. They basically put in 4 mini-bosses and a lot of spikes. And then water physics to really screw with you. So, both of these runners are very skilled, and they're able to take their way through very nicely. mDoys taking out the second Angler, and now TortaDiego had a little bit of trouble there on the Utoboros, but now he's got Octo to deal with next. Will we see any tentacle cutting here, Berlin? What do you think?
It looks wonderful. It's like a very close race. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I mean, hopefully we have a really close race until the end. And well, we see like mDoys has some problems with the Tubu, but the Octofight can change a lot. Always. Some whirlies like 3-4 every whirlpool. I think what Octo is doing is like 2.5 seconds if I'm correctly. So that can change really quickly, and you see 3 HP, very close fight of TortaDiego. You just beat him, but can go always in another direction.
Oh, mDoys got his first energy drain there by Octopus, and it looks as if mDoys is handling the situation very well. So mDoys only got one energy drain. TortaDiego did not get any, so on the RNG portion, TortaDiego does pick up more of an advantage. We will see how much that advantage is. Both of these runners are putting together a very good time together so far. And it's looking like it's about a 25-second advantage for TortaDiego. But this is any percent. We've already seen the safety strats that both of these gentlemen have pulled out. So if mistakes are made, then they don't have really anything to fall back on other than their own skill. And when it comes to races, generally a race is not dependent by who has the better time, but who has the better resiliency when things go wrong.
Yeah, the better nurse, I would say the same. It's very important to stay calm when something's going wrong when you're low HP, especially in the Sigma 1, 2, 3 stages and the last Sigma stage.
And you've seen that already from TortaDiego on the that is not an easy fight, especially with the spam that was going on there on his screen. He was able to stay calm. He exits with a 20:28 Mavs time, and mDoys is right behind him.
Yeah, so, he's just in the fight right now, correct.
Yeah, and TortaDiego is going to be able to finish off with a 20:37 time, so, or mDoys usually, with a 20:47 8 Mavs. So he is now 27 seconds behind. I do believe it's a 20:47 split. No, 20:46, excuse me. So he is 26 seconds behind going into Sigma stages. Now, Berlin, you've been in both positions. You've been ahead at the end of 8 Mavs, and you've been behind at 8 Mavs. What is your mentality like going into the Sigma stages, knowing that you're either ahead or behind?
The thing is, I don't even know if it's better for yourself to know where is your opponent, like you're watching your stream and see if he's behind or in front of you, or if you just go and ignore everything and play your game and just hope that you're first. I would say definitely if I see the other stream and I see I'm in front, I could make more mistakes quicker because I think I'm in the better position. If I'm behind, I play more relaxed in my way, because I know, okay, the only way to go forward is like the other is making a mistake. It's like the nerves are normally popping in the moment when you're thinking you are in the lead and in the good lead. Then everything can go wrong, and then the nerves kick in when you're like seeing you're dying, and this is the most hardest thing, to be in front and still play consistent without a problem.
Yeah. So we see both of our runners executing Vile Skip here. mDoys got the quick skip actually. So now the Vile fight. And the Vile fight can be a pain because he just moves so damn fast. And his weakness is so slow. The rolling shields, you got to get right up next to him to hit him optimally. You see, Torta got caught by the E-Spark. He had to mash his way out of that, but he does very good. And now
Diego had also some problems on the platforms. That's why we have now a very, very close race, because Diego couldn't jump to the wall. So he lost a lot of time there, just because of, you didn't, I think you didn't saw that. He had to wait like 5 or 7 seconds to get again to the wall. So that's why we have a closer race right now. About for sure half of the time Diego just lost in his lead. Like we already talked, the nerves for sure kicked in the moment when he missed the jump to the wall, and then waiting and hoping not falling into the gap.
You actually see Torta, he's actually at about half health there. He killed the wall turret and the helicopter in hopes for some health drops. He did not get any. And now mDoys on his way. He actually paused there to check his E-Tank. So he does know where his E-Tank is at. mDoys optimizing for the faster of the two strats. But he doesn't go for... Neither of our runners went for the charge strat.
Yeah, it's for sure a very advanced strat.
And this... Ooh, mDoys got grabbed there.
Yeah. So we have both runners in very low position of HP, and we will see if they are grinding for HP. mDoys for sure will try to grab some HP. You see like TortaDiego. Yeah.
It did look like TortaDiego had an HP drop on the left side of his screen, but it was only a small one, so he just went through the door.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you have to decide, do I wait until I get a big HP drop, or do I just go for the risk and beat Spider and avoid all the damage?
mDoys doesn't even have a full C-Sting charge now, so, okay, he does have... Took a couple more bonks to get that health drop, but now he does have the better position with the fuller health. He has the ability to make a few more mistakes, but TortaDiego is reading these patterns so well.
Yeah, what would you do in this situation? Imagine you have like 2 or 3 HP, and would you grind for the HP, or would you go for it?
After watching Torta die, I would have grind for the HP. mDoys now takes a huge advantage.
Yeah.
TortaDiego with half an ammo bar left, so let's see.
Another thing what we have to say right now is, like, what I see right now, mDoys has full HP again, so did he grab Did he grab an energy tank, like a sub tank, or is he just also just?
No, mDoys actually waited for full health before he entered the boss fight.
Okay, so he just took more time to get the full HP.
Oh, this baby spider blocked the shot. Even Mama Spider, but to no avail, and mDoys takes a very big advantage into Sigma Stage 2, and this is where you kind of want to have an advantage, because Sigma 2, the heaviest RNG stage in the game.
Yeah, we have the two birds who are doing a lot of time loss, or can do a lot of time loss.
One more shot left for TortaDiego.
Got it.
Oh, he just missed it. But you got it on the second try. Very nicely done.
I would wonder how much time difference we could have if somebody gets the best RNG and the worst RNG in Sigma 2. How much time you could save or lose.
It could be upwards. You think about eagle dives, you can get up to 8 eagle dives. You can get
7
slides. So I mean, it could be a 20-25 second swing. And at the time, mDoys had a disadvantage of 20 seconds. Going into the Penguin stage, mDoys now has a 28-second advantage.
Everything can change every time, you know this. Being in the lead or being behind.
But we can only commentate on what's happening right now.
Correct. And I hope that the nerves of Doys or TortaDiego are not popping in when something goes wrong in a Rangda or whatever, that they keep playing calm, getting everything.
mDoys now heading to Eagle. TortaDiego takes out the Penguin. And now this is where you really need to mitigate your C-Sting, because both the Rangda and Eagle weaknesses are C-Sting. So we've seen some optimizations from our runners as far as mitigating the amount of C-Sting that they use. You will generally have more than plenty C-Sting to be able to make it through the level, but if anything goes wrong, that's why you're really mitigating the C-Sting.
The good thing is that C-Sting is the only weapon where you even have with one ammo drop 2 shots, so even when you're low on on ammo from C-Sting, you still have more shots than in every other normal weapon.
Diego is getting dives. Diego's gonna get a lot of dives.
Yeah. Even
and
missed one shot.
Just got a blue eye. A blue eye, and oh, he one cycles the eye pattern now. Can he one cycle the nose? 2 shots, one more. mDoys with a godlike Rangda fight.
Wonderful. Finished it with 28-12, the last third. Let's see how TortaDiego goes. Climbing right now, going to Rangda. Let's see the split time of mDoys. 28-28, hands up.
The very first thing in Sigma 3 is the Dillo skip.
Very hard to execute. Perfect positioning. Yeah.
And now moving on to Chameleon. TortaDiego, 1 hit left on the nose. That's a 28:57 kill time. What did you say mDoys was?
28-28.
Was it the split?
29 seconds difference, I think, right now between these two.
So it was a 29-13 split time for TortaDiego, so roughly a 40-second advantage for mDoys.
But we saw already earlier in Speed Gaming 4, like, D-Rex can be a big changing thing.
Oh, so careful. Okay, TortaDiego nailing. So now we go through the Sigma 3 boss rush. Chameleon for TortaDiego. mDoys has Mandrill. He freezes a punch right there mid-form. And oh, he does lose an ice shot, but he's able to take Mandrill out very well. TortaDiego, same strat as earlier. You just go to the normal left-right rodeo. Done very well. And now on to Octo for mDoys. And Mandrill. He's going to pick up a health drop there. And, oh, mDoys actually misses that shot. He's dodging very, very well. All of these missiles on the screen can create a heavy amount of lag. So that's why you see mDoys, rather than shooting the rolling shield far away, he's actually getting right up in his face and firing it. And that was very well done by mDoys.
Yeah, good fight, definitely. Diego just finished Spark Mandrill going into the Octo fight.
Oh, he just bonked that fish, though.
Yeah. Let's see if mDoys is going for the health. Yeah, he's going, of course. Security, it's even not a big time loss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the top route. See how TortaDiego is dodging Octo if he gets word boots. I think mDoys had 2 word boots if I counted correctly.
Maybe. I don't actually count whirlpools.
I just saw it. So Diego with a good fight.
Yep, very well done. And mDoys as well, taking out Mammoth. He did take a little bit of health, or a little bit of damage from Mammoth, which is unfortunate because D-Rex hits so hard.
When he's jumping out, especially when you're just hitting parts of him, I think it's not so hard when he's according to the jump.
Spider and D-Rex both have this annoying little feature in them where they start moving faster and there's a chomp right there. It takes half of his health.
And another bonk. He has 4 HP and he has the spark. Did he get him out? He got him out.
He got him.
Oh. Close one.
So mDoys, 3 bosses away from taking race 1.
Yeah.
TortaDiego finishes up Mammoth, and now he's going to head out, and he actually takes some damage from Mammoth as well. So
but we don't have to forget, both didn't took any sub tank, so like everything is very important. Making good execution, especially against the dog, especially against the last Sigma fight.
All 3 bosses can be a headache. They only have 20 health. That is all they have. They don't have any armor. They don't have any E-tanks, as Berlin just said. Very nicely done by TortaDiego there. But now, this is where everybody puts your money in. When you don't go armor, when you don't go sub-tanks, this is where you need to be a confident speedrunner. Let's see what they've got. mDoys, bringing the dodges to the table.
I saw TortaDiego practicing a lot Sigma 4 in the last days, so he should be, for sure, at least confident. mDoys, we will see how he's going right now against Jedi. Very good fight against the dog. Didn't even get any damage.
That's what you want to have happen. Generally, the Jedi Sigma fight is a very timing-oriented fight. It's not one where runners of this tier will actually have hardship or take damage or death. So this is all timing for mDoys, and it will be timing for Torta as well. See mDoys having just an extreme ease with this fight.
Playing very safely. Sometimes only 3 attacks.
Very nicely done. Dog is dead for Torta. mDoys
Now comes the thing. Are the claws on the side of mDoys or not?
Yeah. And not only are the claws on his side, but can he read the patterns? You can get good bad patterns. Oh, mDoys went too fast though.
But he's on.
So, yeah. So now you see the health discrepancy there. He can actually take 1 more hit from the claw. He has 12 health to his name. He cannot take any lightning shots, but he can take another damage from the claw.
Especially when the other claw is coming from the right side and blocks you, it can be really, really tough to avoid it. Okay, 2 more hits to go, and mDoys got it. 34-39, according to his split time. Very good fight.
GG to mDoys, and now TortaDiego, just 1 boss fight behind him.
Spider costed it. That's the problem. Claw went up. Oh,
very nicely done by Torta. Oh, that is not what you want. Okay, TortaDiego cannot take any more damage here.
Yeah, he
Any more
just
damage
avoided to
kills
stay
him.
up there because of the right claw, but was just trolling at him and coming at the
Very
same time
good.
with the thunder.
One more hit.
Nice.
Very well done by TortaDiego.
GG, TortaDiego.
GG to both of our runners.
Very good. Both runners having a really good race. Not getting a lot of health and not getting a lot of security with E-Tank. Still finishing both in a very good time.
But we talked about it earlier, you know, when you choose to bypass those safety strats, you know, away from the hearts, you really have to have high confidence in your final Sigma fight, because that is really the issue that a lot of runners have, especially new in this game. TortaDiego and mDoys, they displayed their confidence on that stage, definitely.
Yeah, just it's a little bit unlucky that TortaDiego just lost against Spider Life. That brought him into the disadvantage. But everything can happen in 100%, so from an advantage to a disadvantage can go very fast. But it's a very close race.
That was also at the end of the fight. mDoys, or TortaDiego, was one hit away from killing Spider when he died. This is it looks like it's a 37-second victory for mDoys that could have very easily been a 15-20 second victory for TortaDiego. One fight changed the whole thing.
Correct.
And not even one fight, one mistake at the very end of the fight changed the whole complexion of the race.
Yeah, it's hard to read the pattern sometimes of the Spider when it's going faster. So I definitely do not blame him. It's especially when they have a lot of ropes. Then when the Spider is changing a lot and has I think even shooted the babies in that time before. So to avoid everything in that time with a low health situation is definitely hard.
Alright, we're going to take a few moments to take a break while our runners get themselves ready for race number 2. So in that time, I do want to give a shout out to Feasel for the restream, my good partner and friend Berlin Dude 1 for the commentations, and Speed Gaming for allowing us to host our tournament, and SRL for providing us the tools necessary to do our races. And of course, to all of you viewers, I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a happy holidays in the near future. We'll be right back shortly with race number 2, TortaDiego versus mDoys.
So it looks like both runners are already setting up their stream, their games. Right on the game start. So we're about to start the race 2. Race 2 going on. TortaDiego against mDoys. First win for mDoys. Now TortaDiego tries to go into a tie. Then we get a third matchup. We have the intro stage. A lot of mashing. A lot of charging. And a lot of shooting, of course. First part. What is coming? What is a crucial thing if you're going with all the mashing without the bonk? The big bees. The bees, like Boris Prime is always saying. We have a passive speed for mDoys, and and we have an active B for TortaDiego, so mDoys needs to get a small HP, just got it to be fair. So he can again donk the B. He had double passive B, so the small HP was even very important. Why it was very important? Because without that, there's only one option to pass the Bs behind to go for one bonk. One bonk means just to get one bonk of the B, but normally you are getting a double bonk if you are not a really high quality player like the top tiers. So we have both with 2 HP, that means they will not go for... Oh, okay, mDoys just got a big HP. So he's going for Terzcars, and Terzcars can really troll you with the shot, but the shot went fine, so he can go for the Terzcars. Terzcars means he's crashing the cars, so he can bring his HP down, and he's now back to 3 HP.
And riding on the cars is also just fast walking.
It's like 60 frames, I think, when you're going on the cars in the correct way.
Yeah. At the most optimum, yeah, it's about a second.
Nice. Both facing Vile right now, having almost the same time, I think only a 2-second difference. Grab with 202 for mDoys, 202 also for TortaDiego, so we are synced from the time.
Approximately synced. I wouldn't call this full sync, but within a second sync. So it is good to see. We had the same experience in the last race. They were within 15-20 seconds of each other throughout the entire run, and that is really, really exciting to watch. Both of these runners are so close together.
Do you have actually the actual PBs of these two runners?
I can find out real quick. Give me
I think TortaDiego has last time 33:59. TortaDiego, I think, has the PB. mDoys, I'm not sure actually what time he has. But I think they're very, very close. Both killing the bunny instead of the upper B. Going into the cave. Yeah, in the cave you have a special technique, what is called slope jumps. What is a slope jump? You go downstairs to jump higher. In that case you can climb the parts normally even from a lower position. Both are entering the capsule. Staying in front of the capsule at the same time, text box is going also only 5 frames different on. So, can we call this now a sync?
This is, I will accept this as a sync. They get their Christmas present from Dr. Light, and now they're gonna be dashing their way through the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh. Through the flamingos they go, dashing all the way.
So mDoys got the no-stop with the flamingos. TortaDiego actually had a bonk. That gives mDoys a small advantage, but not much, only I think 1 second is the difference.
So you had to make me agree that it was a sync, and TortaDiego goes in.
Does not like the sync, I guess. 418 door for mDoys, 419 or 1819. Like half a second difference between these two. And now we have Chill Penguin, big RNG boss. Sliding or no sliding? That's
I want to give a quick shout out to Ogi Yukos for the 8th month subscription. Thank you very much. And TortaDiego and mDoys going at it with Penguin. Penguin did not like his Christmas present because he was given coal and he complained about it, and now X is going to take it to him. This is what happens when you complain about Christmas.
Okay, both almost killed at the same time.
TortaDiego, but TortaDiego's going to have a small little walk.
Yeah.
So that's going to give mDoys about maybe a 2-second advantage. Yeah,
2 second, correct. Now we're going to Kuvenga stage, climbing sections. A lot of going from down to up. Yeah, turtle skip, all the important things. Going hopefully, but not so low HP into the Kuvenga fight. mDoys had some problems in the climb.
Yeah.
TortaDiego getting not the turtle skip, but got at least fast enough to climb the ladder. Oh, fall down again. Both have some troubles in the turtles.
But mDoys has such low health right now.
Yeah, he has to normally grind right now a little bit for the HP. But he's not going. He's going for the wall damage boost. And TortaDiego just avoid that, just going from the left to the right.
He does take the damage boost, but okay, he does get a health drop there, so he does have 6 health to his name, but still the ladder yadders, the inner turrets, and then Kwang are hit very hard. He can't really afford to make too many errors now.
And 1 bonk is like 4 HP, so he would, in the moment, he would still be surviving 1 bonk. But going with very low HP brings every runner for sure into a situation, okay.
Oh, mDoys with a very nice gap jump there.
Climbing sections. No. Got another bonk, has 3 HP, has to be very careful, couldn't
and then
kill
he falls all the way down.
Yeah. He fell down because for sure he didn't want to get another bonk and was afraid to die in that situation.
Alright, so now he's got to be very careful. He enters 3 health. Kwanger deals 4 health of damage if you run into him or if you do anything. So we saw...
TortaDiego just got a bonk.
Both of these runners are trying to give us a heart attack.
We have 1 with 3, we have 1 with 4.
mDoys going for the dance!
Perfect. He's confident in the dance.
Very good dance by mDoys, and now TortaDiego. Yep. We saw it last run. Once you get him to below half health, you just stand still and just read his teleports. mDoys does it very well, TortaDiego does it very well, and my goodness, okay, let's agree to not do that anymore, guys. I mean, I know you want to fight this guy with swag.
Woo! Yeah, that is of course for us always a pressure as a commentator when we see so low health starting the Kubanger dance. But they managed it very well in the end. So we are going to coming on stage, both very close to each other. I think still only a 3 or 4 second difference. And fast forward stage coming in. The cave is a little bit, could be a little bit the difference with the falling blocks, but mostly the runners are just going forward and trying to avoid the big block guys to not get any damage and stop. TortaDiego just got 1 bonk of the small block, mDoys 2. So both very good cave section.
Yeah, we see both of our runners again avoiding the armor.
And both got an extra life for swag or just for security, we don't know it. It's perhaps because both are mostly 100% runners in the past, so they have that perhaps in the mind to do it, to grab the life for the 100%, we don't know. So it looks like we have a 4 second or 5 second difference in the moment, like an advantage for TortaDiego. And you, Eric, explained the fight in the last race I heard. Just coming in to the left, to the right, using the boomerang. Easy fight. TortaDiego with the hands up at 9.5 and mDoys hands up with a 9.50, so we have a 5 second advantage for TortaDiego. 5 second lead. Very close race. And for sure these 2 runners will again avoid the sub-tank, the easiest sub-tank in that route, the sub-tank and Eagle, what would be just going into the top route. So they will for sure...
Oh, you actually see TortaDiego actually going for the laggy strat. It's about a 3 second. Oh, and mDoys
problems.
Misses.
Yeah, this is also the platform. Both, like you wanted to say, I guess, both wanted to go for the laggy but faster strat because you're, I think, you're 1 platform faster than normally when you would go on the left side. Yeah. Could that be?
Yeah, it's about a... Oh, mDoys, oh, he got a very friendly damage boost on that turret. Was able to land back on the platform there.
Yeah. So TortaDiego having a little bit more confidence, like from the time save he just got. Like it's now, I think for sure a 10-second difference already. We have to see that in the moment when they fight. But as we know, Storm Eagle, our RNG boss, can dive or not. Let's see how it goes. For TortaDiego, the dives start already.
Yeah.
Let's see what mDoys gets.
And he's gonna get a lot of dives too.
It's minimum 6.
No, this is gonna be 5. It's gonna be 5 on the kill.
And mDoys has
gonna get as well.
Gets
mDoys
the...
gonna get a lot of dives.
Will be also, I think, a 5 or a 6 diver.
Yeah, he's gonna get 5. So they both got the same RNG. So Eagle decides not to troll. He lets them fight it out on their own accord.
Yeah.
And now we're going to Mandrill's stage, and this one can be a very RNG dependent stage as well when you think about Thunder Slimer. And Mandrill with his Tyson punches as well.
Yeah, Thunder Slimer can just stay up or coming down or just jumping around. You never know. Can of course be jumping around a lot, then you cannot hit him. We'll see what kind of patterns these two go. TortaDiego with a lot of tornado strats here, entering right now Thunder Slimer. mDoys going for the lemon ice strat, very nicely done.
Yeah, that is the most optimum way to get through the hallway, and it is very, very nice to watch when somebody does it well, and mDoys doing it very well there. Very, very clean strat. And now, opting for the Het Boom Nado strat, he's going to switch to C-Sting here. Gets a couple of bounces, but he's really able to mash his way down. Probably 1 or 2 hits left, and there it is. Tornado finishes him off.
TortaDiego went for the heart. Mandrill, one of the fastest heart in that route. Yeah. Not a big time.
We saw both of our runners actually go for both the Mandrill heart and the Dillo heart. It is the 2 better hearts to go for. It's on the way. You don't really lose much time to go for them.
Yeah. Both on good HP situation entering the fight.
mDoys taking out the Hatarians very nicely. Doesn't miss that one. You really got to be careful when you're dealing with the Hatarians, which is the little light birds there, as they can create a heavy, heavy amount of lag.
Yeah, especially when you're just jumping over them and you have still the lag. You want to hit them and bring them out of the screen so they're not anymore doing or creating a lot of lag, especially when there are 2 at the same time. So we had some Mike Tyson punches from mDoys, but managed it very well, jumped over it. 1406 hands up for TortaDiego. Let's see what mDoys gets.
mDoys is roughly going to get about a 14-17.
14-18. So we have a 12-second advantage for TortaDiego in the moment. He's in front. He was already 20 seconds in front, you said, in the last run?
He was 20 seconds ahead before the spider catastrophe happened, yes.
So we just want to inform any percent can every time go in every direction, but we hope that these 2 runners just get everything correct. And Dillo is also, Armadillo is also a boss, heavy RNG. He can roll or not, he can even cost 20 seconds easily when you are not lucky, or he can directly stop. So we have a lot of RNG bosses in this game with the birds, octopus, and with Armadillo. So a lot of things can even change just because of some boss is helping or not.
Correct, absolutely. And you see TortaDiego picking up the Dillo heart now, and now he's on his way. As you see, he's jumping up and down there, despawning the birds, and there's the jump. mDoys grabs the heart as well.
I'm just even jumping out of the cart to avoid the birds. jumping also into the door.
Yeah.
TortaDiego, best RNG, directly stop. Very good for him. Brings him into the advantage to face Armadillo in his without armor form to get him out. Just finished him. mDoys getting some rolls.
mDoys is getting a lot of rolls.
And that's what I just meant before with the RNG, what can happen. This was for sure exactly at least a 7 to 8 second difference just because of the RNG.
And it extends. That was about 7 to 10 seconds worth of rolls there. So in favor of TortaDiego, he's going to take a very healthy lead to the Octo section. But the Octo section is not exactly a runner-friendly section.
A lot of spikes in the way. A lot of situations where you have to avoid bonks. And of course Octo fight with his torpedoes and missiles. What can be a crucial thing, especially when you're low HP. You see TortaDiego bonking a fish, going now to the second submarine.
You actually see TortaDiego. Oh!
That was close. But he went
Very,
up.
very clutch movement there by TortaDiego. And you actually see him, the first angler that you fight, you notice it here from mDoys, they don't exactly take out the searchlight at the top of the angler. The second angler, you actually see TortaDiego, he actually did attack that. The reason for it is the second angler actually has, and you see it from mDoys as well, the second angler actually has a higher percentage opportunity to use the searchlight. And when that happens, it creates a very, very heavy amount of lag. So that's why you see them killing that before the fight starts.
I think also what I saw in fights is when these searching lights on that the submarine is stronger, that means you need more hits to finish it up. But that's just a personal impersonation. And a nice fight of TortaDiego in 1805, the last hit. mDoys starting the fight right now with lower HP. Hopefully he can avoid the attacks.
Yeah. So,
got a bonk off the body, has 5 HP. Having the torpedoes, having some...
Okay, when you see those whirlpools come out while you're at low health, that is actually a really good thing for you because you can get a couple of free hits off on them. And 1 health left now, and that's very well done by mDoys.
Yeah, body bonk costs 4 damage, torpedo can be 2 damage, so you had at least 1 more torpedo hit if you would like to or wanted to. But he managed very well to avoid all the hits. So we're going right now to Flame Mammoth, last stage. TortaDiego going for the top route with the Sea Sting. Fast forward run. Very nicely done. Mammoth throw 1925 to see how much the advantage is right now. mDoys is going for... go for it.
Yeah, very good movement there by mDoys. And you see him going through this hallway section with the Buster. It's not necessarily faster to go through it with the Buster, but it is on chance because, as you saw, TortaDiego went through with the Sea Sting, which is a 1-hit kill, but if any of the miners dropped ammo, he would have had to slow down to pick up the ammo. Not necessarily that he wants to, but if he walks into it, it's slower. So the Buster only strat is faster on chance, but not necessarily truly faster.
We had a 20:05 around time mDoys first door.
Yeah, it was a 2010 split time for TortaDiego. So
it's a 40-second difference, I think, at the end.
Well,
something like that.
It's going to be approximately a 20:42, so about a 32-second differential between the two runners, which is about the advantage that TortaDiego had entering Spider last run. And let's see if he has the same troubles that he had on the platforms this round. He doesn't go for Leap of Faith.
He wanted to, but he was not doing. He had the small. Oof, okay,
Oh,
always when I see this. Yeah, when I see this helicopter and I'm still on the screen, or the runner's still on the screen, I always get afraid that he hits me and he can directly kick you out. He has now 2 HP. He has to be very careful.
Yeah.
But he managed to enter the door.
Yeah, you want to have 6 or less going into the next Vile cutscene. Now you see mDoys going for Leap of Faith and nailing it, and he actually gets the very quick climb as well. So now he's going to need to take his damage, and he's actually going to be able to catch up on mDoys just a little bit on this.
Yeah, got a gap jump too. So mDoys a very, very good start. Brought him a lot of advantage at the time, like for sure saved some seconds back to TortaDiego. So we have a closer race for sure right now. And yeah, Vile fight, body damage 8 HP what you're losing, and shot HP 4 damage what you're losing. So you of course want to avoid as much damage as possible against Vile. And his iframes are very, very slow, very short, so you can get a lot of rolling shields into him.
Vile has about a 15 iframe window, so you can really spam those rolling shields out and pretty much hit him on every other one. If you do it correctly, you can really put yourself into a rhythm where you can hit him on every one and really take the fight down quick. Oh.
Yeah.
Joyce has got to be careful though. So.
Okay. So mDoys got one
controlled by Vile there.
Yeah, he got one bonk from the body, and he got one bonk that brings him down to 8 HP because 12 HP I think. He has for sure a very low HP situation right now. Hopefully, yeah, managing not to bonk anything on the way to the spider, because you definitely don't want to be on low HP entering the spider fight. If so, you don't want that babies are dropping.
mDoys actually missed a dash on the springs there, so he went through that hallway very, very slow. You see him
got the damage
boost there, and
6 HP. I think he has something like 6 HP.
And we saw him last round.
So TortaDiego just put up, for everybody who's watching to mDoys, TortaDiego just took a big HP on the way, what was on their way, so he's now at full HP for the spider fight. And mDoys just finishing Kvanger. TortaDiego starting with spider getting some babies. Avoiding the babies. Let's see if mDoys goes for more HP. He got the big HP too, so at a very, very good HP amount. Both are a very good HP amount, had some luck. TortaDiego missed the shot, I guess?
No, he didn't miss the shot. He got the shot off, but he did take some damage on it.
Yeah.
He got it in probably the last window that he could have gotten it.
That is a very good pattern of TortaDiego. He needs one more shot. TortaDiego about to finish spider. Got him. Yes. Babysit mDoys. Yeah. He gets... mDoys gets like second time babies in a row. Hands up 24-39 for Torta. mDoys about 2 shots away from defeating
one more
Spider.
For mDoys.
Getting babies again.
Oh.
Was...
Oh no!
Yeah, he just charge shot.
It came out.
He was not getting the full charge into him, that's why it was only 3 damage. So he needed one more shot. So far so good, not so much lights for TortaDiego. I think he only had 2, now he has the 3rd one. Yeah. Finishing him with the lemons.
Spams out some buster shots, finishes them off.
mDoys entering the fight. Let's see, the slides are coming or not. Until now, very good Penguin. He just had one slide, 2 slides, charge shot, 3 slides.
mDoys actually got trolled by Penguin there for a second.
Oh, twice!
Yeah, Penguin actually turned his back on mDoys to jump in. mDoys fired that charge shot. That's why Penguin fell backwards instead of forward, and he had to finish him off with a regular charge. Very unfortunate there for mDoys.
TortaDiego had just a no dive eagle, what helps in a lot, of course, to save time. Has just one hover. mDoys going for the gap jump, just fall down. Going into the Storm Eagle fight right now. Having low HP, has to be very careful. TortaDiego getting blue eyes, got a bomb from the eye, lost some HP, has a second blue eye from the other side and a third blue eye. Very good pattern. Going for the nose, got the bomb from the nose, is very low. Be very careful right now. The eye came, he killed it. One more hit on the nose and he just finished. Rangda bangda very nicely. mDoys some troubles with the jumps today, I guess. Sigma 2. Looking for some HP, entering the fight.
He does get a small HP drop from both the spiky and the bat, but not exactly what he was looking for. He was hoping for a big HP drop. And now we move to Sigma 3 for TortaDiego. Very nice double hit on the green eye there.
Yep.
And mDoys now looking to one cycle the nose. Almost got it.
Yeah.
Oh, TortaDiego missed the skip, but he actually takes a death there in order to avoid fighting Dillo. So very nicely noticed, and now he gets a second opportunity at it. And he got it. Very nice.
Yeah, the problem is when you get pushed into the door, you have to fight Armadillo. If you're not yet at the door, you can still get a death and just try again. I think this is then only a very small time loss according to the fight. Like you're losing perhaps 10 seconds or something. Oh, and TortaDiego had the problem that he misses a boomerang to Chameleon. So he had to wait until he comes back from his invincibility.
And mDoys getting the skip, and now he's going to be able to move on. And so now these two are separated by just a chameleon fight. TortaDiego mashing his way through the hallway there, hoping maybe some drops from the miner and the road guy. Didn't get anything, and now mDoys finishes off Chameleon. Meanwhile, TortaDiego is
2 punches, but managed it very well to avoid it and got him third punch.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. Problem about these punches is also when you get attacked and you are in the wrong spot, you get even a double attack. So it's not only a small like one attack. It's like in the end you could lose like 8 HP or something when you get a double attack from the punch. So they have to be very careful not getting any Mike Tyson punches. We have one whirlpool for TortaDiego. The second one, he couldn't even use the charge, yeah.
He's going to be able to get the charge shot off that time though. Well, he didn't. He lost the charge.
Another whirlpool.
Oh, TortaDiego is getting
another
whirlpool.
So that is the fourth in a row.
One. Yeah, that's the fourth one. He gets another charge off. But Octopus is finally dead, and now mDoys has a prime opportunity to really gain some time here. But he gets a whirlpool to start with.
He's not going for the charge. So he's confident that Octopus is not doing another whirlpool. And he was right. Got him.
really spam down Octo at the end there. Fortunately, you don't really need rolling shields in this section, so you can really just wail away on Octopus with his weakness. Hope one of them hits him.
So both went for the top route to get a little bit more HP. TortaDiego managed to bring Mammoth down before even the ground changes would put him into the other way. So he is about to enter D-Rex.
And mDoys now having to dodge a couple of fire shots.
Both at the same HP situation.
Yep. So now TortaDiego fighting D-Rex. He's gonna get some lightnings here.
Avoid the jump. Avoid another jump. Nicely done. Have one more hit. He could attack one more. He has to finish it now, of course, and he got him with the.
Oh my goodness! He.
Very strange shot.
If freaking D-Rex remembered to trim his nose hairs before, he would have lived. Oh, and mDoys now dodging under the first one. Oh, mDoys, no!
Yeah, the problem was that mDoys
takes a very healthy lead into the final stage. Can he make it 1-1? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z.
The problem for mDoys was that he was behind D-Rex when he started this. What he has again, that he was behind in the moment when D-Rex started his spark attacks. So he lost a lot of HP just because of that. Going for the Buster Strats, has 2 more HP. Make him down! Finishing him! Oh, now he's trolling and he got him. Oof, that was close again. TortaDiego just finished the dog. I think he had 1 bonk from according to the HP. Going now for Jedi Sigma.
And so now TortaDiego on the timing section of the fight. He did take some damage from the dog, but it should be very clean. He was able to take care of it nicely last time. This time he does have a healthy lead. And as we said, there's no safeties in this game for either of these runners with the exception of 2 hearts. Both of them have 20 health going into the final fight. There are no E-tanks, there is no armor.
We will see how the claws will be acting directly in TortaDiego. That is the most crucial part in the beginning, to go up or not. He went up, had the problem, he got the lightning, he has 2 HP and for sure... Oh, the claw is not helping him, trying to crush him into the top part. At least he has the possibility to have some gap.
Very well right now.
The right claw tries to get him. TortaDiego about 3 more hits, 2 more hits, 1 more, and he got him.
He has 34. To earn it on this one, but very nicely good. Done by TortaDiego.
GG, that was definitely a very hard panel. These 2 claws.
He had to fight for race 3 that time.
We would say he had to fight for his life in that moment. GG, TortaDiego. Finished it with a 34.03 on his split time. Nicely done, and he got a lightning. I don't want to be in his part in that moment when I had 2 HP, to be honest. He made it really well.
Yeah. And that was what we talked about earlier, picking up those health can absolutely. If he did not grab 1 health drop, this is a different story.
Correct. He has 2 HP. He took 2 hearts. What is 4 HP? So without these 2 hearts, he would be dead because of the lightning.
mDoys, he got like 5 lightning shots in a row there. mDoys did, but no, he handles it very well. He's got 3 hits to go. And 1 more, but he fall off. But Uber Driver Claw comes to pick him up, and mDoys 35.09. TortaDiego 34.03. We are going now to race number 3. Get your thunder sticks out for these 2 runners. TortaDiego on the left, mDoys on the right. We will be right back.
So both start their consoles again. Looks like they already joined the SRL channel. Ready up already their games. Going about to start. So race 3 will win this matchup. Starts quickly. Get ready for some action. For sure these two will be giving a big show right now to us. It can only be one winner, even with both already gained our hearts with their very, very good performances. Both starting up, game start button, and both getting on. Race number 3. The winner of this race will win this matchup.
Get your thunder sticks out for this Group E matchup. TortaDiego. And this is actually an extremely important matchup for TortaDiego, as mDoys currently 1-0 in group stage. TortaDiego is 0-1. So if TortaDiego falls here, he could potentially find himself out of the brackets. And we start off with the Bs.
mDoys got a machine gun, TortaDiego just got a passive B, we call it. So we hope that he gets a small HP. No, he did not. Let's hope he gets an active B. He has a double passive B, so he has to wait, because he is not going for the one bong strats, because it's a very difficult technique. So we have mDoys getting a small advantage by passing the Bs in the fastest way we know.
And so both of our runners are going to have to do some damage scratch here. I do believe both of them have shown the ability to do Tazcars in the past races, so we expect to see that here.
mDoys not getting problems with the bullet, but get some problems with the car.
Oh, and TortaDiego falls off the pledge.
Oh. Yeah, that can happen. That can happen in the Tazcars, that the shot of the car actually is going the wrong time, hitting you, and then you're falling into the gap, and then you have to restart from the checkpoint, what is much far away. So big advantage for mDoys already in the beginning.
Yeah. And he actually gets a very good ship and a very good vial as well, so mDoys with a very big advantage, a 201 grab for him. And now TortaDiego is forced to do Tazcars, and he gets another early bullet.
Yeah, and he even couldn't manage to go on the car, so he has a really rough start. So he has to take damage boost right now, or just go for a while that he attacks him. That is a big disadvantage.
I think at this point it's much faster for him to just go after Vial. Vial a very insane amount of damage when he punches you, and that looks like it's going to be what TortaDiego opts for. But mDoys moving on to the Penguin stage.
So TortaDiego just getting the damage as much as possible, as quickly.
Yeah. One more
getting now the electro. Yeah.
Alright, and that is a 254 grab, so mDoys with a 50-second advantage out of him.
Yeah. Wow, that is a huge advantage. It's a pity that the Tazcar just that the shot just came in the wrong time, and for sure TortaDiego just got the hit in the wrong time and had no chance to go forward damaged and just fall back into the split. It's a pity, but for sure the nerves are now there. For sure TortaDiego is now very relaxed, because everything went wrong. Nothing can go more wrong, so I think he's
I don't know about that. He's about to fight Penguin. Let's at least let him get past equal before we say nothing else can go wrong, okay?
Of course. I just say I'm thinking that now, because of that happened, normally the stressing moment in the mind is out, and you're playing normally more relaxed.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. And the ultimate dissatisfaction was that Dragonar gets to have his guilty pleasure come through with an early death in the tournament.
We have to blame Dragonar for shouting every time today. in the chat he wants more dash. So now you got your dash, and I hope you're very happy that you got your death. I think TortaDiego has to talk with you after that race. 423 capsule for TortaDiego. And mDoys just starting the fight against Chill Penguin, Icy Pinguigo. Starting with the slide and ice captures. The runners are going mostly for dash lemons. What is a dash lemon? A normal shot, what is used with a dash, what makes 2 damage.
Yeah, dash shots are now double, thanks to the way that to my understanding, the damage physics in this game works is basically the speed of the missile is what determines the damage. So dashing and shooting is faster than just shooting, which causes more damage.
This is kind of the Mega Man X runners call it a CF strat. Mega Man X2, I guess. Like you're using a dash limit after that a charge to get as much damage as possible.
It is the highest form of DPS, that is for sure. You see mDoys now moving on to Kowanger stage. He had some trouble on the turtle skip earlier. Let's see if he can make some adjustments to get this correct. He slips off the gap jump, but he recovers nicely. And now on his way to turtles he goes. TortaDiego
gets
got a double slide.
Yeah.
Oh,
Missed
he
the
falls
shot.
off the ladder again.
And got him at least with the last shot.
Did get him, but oh, he slipped off the ledge, so now he's gonna have to modify his a bit. Oh, very nice dodge by mDoys there. That was so slick.
You still got the damage from the last turtle, yeah, but managed very well to avoid the missile from the turtle. Just went right next to the turtle and say, "No, you don't get me."
that was a very slick dodge by mDoys. And now some music shots. Sing along with mDoys as he enters the ladder yatter section.
For many people, the Boomer Kowanger stage has a most recommended song or most recommended melody. Many people want to hear that. And in general, the Mega Man X games have really good soundtracks, what even bring new people into the situation to swing with the game.
mDoys fell off the turret again.
We have 5 HP right now of mDoys, so he has the same situation like he had in the last race. Very low HP. Oh, and he avoided the damage.
Forward. What is up with mDoys on his dodging game is on point right now.
He likes to play with nerves, risky nerves, I guess, to the people who want to watch him.
Kowanger.
Getting the dance.
Very nicely done. We've seen mDoys, his Kowanger fight is on point, so we're expecting the same out of him here in race 3. Chat does bring up that Spark Mandrill stage is a superior soundtrack though, so I will agree with that. And Kowanger is dead. TortaDiego making his way through nicely the
turrets.
Yeah, the turrets and the ladder yatter section. And
Very
now he is onward.
Full HP.
TortaDiego did struggle in game 1 and game 2 with the dance. Let's see, he has full HP now, so let's see if he's able to pull it off here. He didn't go for it in the first game because he was low on health.
This time he's going for it, but he had the problem that Kowanger didn't want to continue dancing. He just stopped the dance. Said, "No, I don't want to dance with you." So he has to do the normal way. He grabbed him. Time loss, of course. He bonked him again, but he got him. That's fine.
Very nicely done.
Those in the cave section had some problems with pulling block the jumps. Managed to go out.
He lost a couple of dash inputs there as well, but he's gonna go for the safety strat, getting the extra life. And now he's going through the swamp. And this is where you really see the exploited dash lemons really come into effect, because every enemy in this section goes down. Very nicely done.
Yeah, if you would just walk with a normal speed into the enemies you would need 2 shots, and with the dash lemon, because you're using the dash ability, you are directly killing these enemies, bring them out of the screen. So yeah, dash lemons of course are a big advantage for speedrunners, these Mega Man X games, for boss fights and for normal enemies. And we see mDoys going for the left-right Jingle Jogger dance with Chameleon, finishing him off.
Nice
Very
little
nicely.
rodeo there. And TortaDiego, he's dodging the jammingers that are coming down on him, but he's getting past the Amen Hoppers and the mech right, and ice shot for the final one, just for a little bit of swag. And now TortaDiego gonna show us how he does his rodeo, which is pretty much the same. Nothing changes.
Sometimes Chameleon even goes to the right side, so the runners always have to be prepared that perhaps Chameleon is in the wrong spot in the middle and just goes again to the same side.
So, both of our runners have gone for this enhancement strat, and mDoys does miss it, but he does bail out just in time to get back onto the... So very nicely done. And now going through the gun bolts with the ice shots, and he takes both of them out. Very well done by mDoys. Onto the final platform. Will he go for death kick? Oh, he does not.
I think he had to often see somebody falling into the death.
Yeah. There's been a couple of deaths due to the well-named death kick in today's races. So, I think Drago was looking forward to seeing death kick.
TortaDiego trying to get the platform. Nicely done.
TortaDiego gets it. Did you see the lag come in? Very nicely done by TortaDiego.
I think the runners are going for that strat mostly because they're, even with the lag, are faster in the climb according to the normal strat. Now he had missed the dash jump, but he landed on the turret so he could save his life. That was a crucial situation.
mDoys getting some dives there, but he's able to handle them very well. It's nice to have the Chameleon Sting in any percent, because it just makes the Eagle fight so much easier to deal with. And now TortaDiego going into it.
mDoys had some stage select to go to Armadillo, it looked like.
Yeah.
That would be crucial, but he managed to go to Spark Mandrill. The good thing about the Sea Sting, like you said, is its weakness, so even when our friend Storm Eagle is diving, it is not taking so long out like if you would go for the normal Buster strats. So you get like, I think maximum 6 dives, what is a lot, but definitely it could be worse.
mDoys once again with Sam Hallway. He did take third angle, but makes his way to Thunder Slimer. And now the Het Boom Natal strat coming out with a little bit of Sea Sting. Watch out. And that's a dead. That is a very, very good Thunder Slimer.
He had luck that Thunder Slimer stayed on the ground, so he could mash the Sea Sting into him. So a very good pattern, of course, for him. And TortaDiego just starting the stage. And mDoys for sure going again for the heart. Yep, for the security heart. Nicely done, jumping over the small races. Avoiding the damage on the turtles this time. Climbing up. And going for the section to reduce lag against your favorite light guys.
Yeah. They have the chillest name in all of Mega Man X. Maybe not as chill as Chill Penguin, but I don't know. Hitarian has a really good ring to it, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Oh, TortaDiego with a nice little dodge there of the Thunder Slimer. And now onward to the... You know, with everything that TortaDiego has faced in his run, he is only half a stage behind.
So he managed to come back. Like I said, I think he's playing now like more relaxed or having less pressure in his mind. And mDoys, I don't know if he knows that he's late, but perhaps thinks also he does not have to do so much hard tricks or can manage to make some mistakes, in that case it can be going quickly closer again.
Yeah.
We have mDoys going to Armadillo.
Now this is an interesting thing. mDoys actually went for the Phantom Grab earlier. Let's see if he tries it again. He is going to go for it again. And he doesn't get a drop.
Yeah.
So.
Do you already explain the Phantom Grab? What does it mean?
I didn't really. I'm not going to get into it because it's long to really explain.
We have the 80%. No, but we just want to say he just wanted to get the sub tank. What is in the left down part? Careful. He wanted to get the sub tank. What is in the left down part by getting a boomerang with the boomerangs a drop. So that's why why he went for that, but he didn't get it. So he went for the security heart and goes his way to Armadillo landing, avoiding the birds with jumping out of the cart. Risky strats? Would you say that it's more risky to jump out of the cart or staying on the cart? Or is it like the same for you?
It's preference. It means absolutely nothing. The people who have it really is preference in what you're comfortable in. I know I have a very good friend of mine who runs this game as well, and she actually cannot do the jump up and down strat that TortaDiego does, whereas I can't do the jump off the cart strat. So it really is preference, but it means absolutely nothing. As long as the birds aren't there, it doesn't matter.
Correct. So also TortaDiego going for the heart, so both have again the 2 security hearts. TortaDiego had the problem that his boomerang didn't went back, so he had to wait until the boomerang despawns. That's why he took there the bonk from the bird, or from the top guy. And mDoys actually had a really good little, yet again, a direct stop this time, not the roads. Let's see what TortaDiego has. Direct stop too, so they have the same RNG. Nice.
Very well done. But now TortaDiego's going to get some troll rolls, but he's actually able to handle this very well. You can still damage him, but it takes a very skilled runner like TortaDiego to keep the DPS on Dillo while he's rolling like that. So very well executed by Dillo there.
mDoys going for the second submarine. The most harder one, because the spikes are there. Can always troll you. Going into the wrong direction.
Oh no, I can't think of a time when I ever went swimming in an ocean and there was insta-kill spikes at the bottom of it. Fortunately for me, I was able to those.
I only know that there are these sea stars, and that are the spikes for me, and I always hope not to jump into these, but yeah, I get you. So we have TortaDiego, first submarine income, and mDoys already at the Octa fight. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, TortaDiego gets sucked into the angler there. mDoys misses his weapon swap. Shoots the wrong weapon.
The sea sting against Octa, the new strats. I like that. I'd like to see more of that. Getting lower HP, be careful. Getting a whirlpool, what is, like you said, a free shot, so it's actually not a bad thing.
So. Yeah.
And got it.
Very well done. TortaDiego dodging the depth charges from Cruzilla and also dodging spikes from the game developer. And TortaDiego onward. And mDoys now.
TortaDiego has low HP, as we very careful to not get too much damage in that fight. So hopefully he can avoid the dodging the homing torpedoes. Until now, Octopus is not jumping. He's jumping. Whirlpooling.
Yeah. So TortaDiego is going to be able to finish One thing to keep in mind there, it actually is a lag reduction strat if you're actually able to keep Octopus on the edge of the wall, because the homing fish, when they come out, they're not on screen right away, so it actually reduces a fair amount of lag.
You see mDoys avoiding the damage. Green guy, very nicely done. It's a, I would say, higher performance strat to avoid the damage there, jumping over this guy without getting any damage. So nicely done. TortaDiego just starting the Mammoth stage, but very quickly this stage. Fast forward, not a long time what we are seeing the Mammoth stage.
This is actually a pair of really good runs by there's a 1957 8 Mavs kill time for mDoys, and you know, you take away, you know, a crucial death in the intro stage, and TortaDiego is right on top of him.
Yeah, he managed to. He had a 50 seconds difference, when we remember correctly, and he's around. He for sure went like at least 15 seconds this time down. So I would say the time difference for sure around 35 could be.
Yeah, and
let's see if mDoys goes for the leap of faith, huh? I think
mDoys has nailed leap of faith in both of the runs earlier today, so no, we definitely expect him to go for it. And
oh, he missed the dash!
Oh, he missed the dash!
And he got the ball. He got the dash at least. Sometimes these platforms can really, we could say, bring you into the situation that you cannot dash from it, and then you are just facing the fall. So it can be a crucial situation, but he managed very well.
The way that dashing works on the platforms is when you're on top of the platform, you have to be moving for a minimum of 6 frames before the dash input will actually register. So the easiest way to do that is you just don't stop moving right, and then you don't have to worry about it. But if you do pause for any particular reason, you have a 6 frame window where if you press dash early, it will be eaten and you will jump into a pit of death, and that is not fun.
TortaDiego trying for the leap of faith, getting it in the last part, and managed to even climb up to avoid getting closed by the platform. Yeah, so both of the runners very well done.
Very nicely done there by TortaDiego. He actually, that is the first leap of faith that he executed in this series, so he's really looking to bring out all the to pull as much time back as he can, and he will bring back some time there. mDoys getting caught in the electric spark.
Yeah, he had some problems already in the wildfire before, so it looks like he's not very friends with Wild, let's say that, but he managed to at least get only 4 damage. So that's actually a really good amount of HP. Let's see how TortaDiego goes.
So both of them execute the cutscene skip there, and now mDoys looking to make the tower climb to Kawanger.
Releasing that C-Sting a little bit earlier to... oh, he got the damage, yeah. To avoid the jump over the green guy, the bottom part for this climb. Starting now the fight with the dash limit. Yep, and going for the dance. Got the grab.
Now, it's unfortunate. It's actually much more difficult to get the dance with the weakness, because he actually falls back a little bit further than he does. So it makes the timing of the dance a little bit later than what you would normally have. You saw mDoys mess up that timing just a little bit there.
mDoys, like all the other races, for some HP. Still looking for HP. I think that could be crucial sometimes.
Well,
people...
It can be, but mDoys is very experienced in the spider fight. He has done a very good one so far today. TortaDiego was actually the one that had the unfortunate death on spider. So
that's correct. I just say like sometimes we see runners looking for the HP and forgetting that they're losing a lot of time getting the big HP drop, what they are looking for in that moment. So yeah, in the end he just went in with around a little bit more than half of the HP, having some babies and missed the shot and got the baby bonk, yeah.
Alright, both of our runners are actually on the same at this moment.
mDoys having 2 more shots to go, no babies. Has to read the pattern well. Got the shot in.
One more shot left.
And he died!
Oh, nice!
Oh my goodness.
It's a brand new race.
He dashed into the spider, wanted to stay in the middle of the screen for the last shot, but released the charge shot too late, so he directly dashed to the spider
and mDoys with a new lease on life. Game 3.
Whoa.
And now TortaDiego is 1 hit away.
And gets it and is in front after 50-second difference.
You actually see mDoys using a very nice weapon swap. When you fire a shot, it takes 1 shot away from your ammo. So actually firing a missile shot, that way he could start the charge and then switching back to ice to conserve ammo. Very nicely done, very well executed. But now dash lemons for the rest of the way. And here comes the spiders. He takes out the charge. Oh, good dodge there, and now he's 2 hits away. Takes 1 more out.
1 more shot for the spider to go. He got a lot of baby light, but managed to finish him this time off.
This time he remembered to shoot.
Oh, that was that. But we had that in the first race for TortaDiego when he got hit in the last shot. So of course, sometimes you're just stopping thinking because you say, okay, I just do the charge shot and then he's done. And you're like for a second not on a full awakening situation, and then you just die.
But I do have to make a small criticism here on your. Willie stayed 1 more second and got a health drop, he would still be in the lead here. So does that audible change the way this race is played?
Definitely, definitely. So he can blame me for sure for that. mDoys never hear again about my strats. Just go for your strats and go for the big health as long as. Could be. I don't even.
Gets trapped in the penguin slide now.
Yeah, and got you on the slide in the end. So now comes the part, what I said, the nerves. Yeah, we have 1 runner having already a death, the other one just coming back, seeing that he's for sure in the when he's like having both streams up. And the thing is like,
oh, be careful, Torta.
How are the nerves? Yeah, that's what I just mean. Are they both struggling right now? Do they calm both down again and go for everything what they know, or are they starting to be a little bit like, let's say, a kind of a nervous situation? You will see that right now. These are the crucial stage: Sigma 2, Sigma 3, Sigma 4.
And where you'll really see that in is their movement, not necessarily dashing, but you'll also see that in their weapon swaps. When you start to see nerves coming out, you start to see some jittery movements, you start to see some weird place dashes and stuff like that. So
TortaDiego was very close twice next to the spikes what are there on the ground, so I was already thinking, be careful. He brings out the 2 eyes, 1 more hit to the nose and got him. Finished it. mDoys starting with the fight of Rangda Bangda. Got a green eye, got a red eye, getting the damage boost, but at least he could stay on the spikes because of the damage.
Closes really quick. mDoys is really good at 1, and he does go for the 1 cycle.
Gets the eyes, red eyes, get the bongs, has 1 more eye to go, has 3 HP. Got him in the got him in the middle. Nicely done. Confidence for sure.
Does not fail the low skip like chat was hoping for. So.
Oh, blame the chat.
The curse of Drago is still with us.
TortaDiego just fighting right now. Chameleon and mDoys starting the third stage of Sigma. Looking for the nailing for the Armadillo
So
skip.
has to be very careful here. He has to really execute it, and he does. Very nicely done. He could not afford to miss Dillo skip at that point.
Never forget that they also, if they jump too early, that they can force Armadillo to bring him even behind the doorbacks of both.
Yeah. That is the most annoying thing in all of speedrunning this game, is not necessarily missing Dillo skip, but getting Dillo skip and then screwing it up because you jumped too early.
Then you have like a funny color selection, and you have to wait as a pixel boss out. You can avoid him, you can directly go to the next doors, but definitely, like you said, a bad situation for yourself because
you do lose 5 seconds on it. Yeah, you do lose 5 seconds of time. Torta takes out Mandrill, and mDoys on his way to Mandrill. So
getting ambitious with the charge shots.
These next few refights, Octo is a game-changing refight in this speedrun.
Definitely. Gets the Mike Tyson mDoys. Another Mike Tyson, but got the damage. 2 more hits to go for mDoys. Another punch. We call it Mike Tyson because...
oh, what in the world? TortaDiego tried to attack Octo with fire. That doesn't work
really?
Underwater. I think it was an incorrect weapon swap, but he definitely pulled the fire wave out and shot one at him, and nothing happened.
Perhaps to bring a little bit hotter water, like having a better confidence, like of feeling.
I don't know, but that might be, like I said earlier, the weapon swaps can really show up when you're having nerves. So.
Oh, mDoys got the bong out the bong. He has to be careful of the HP right now because it's 4 HP always when you're bonking this octopus fight. He's getting some. Yeah, we see some.
Okay, well the whirlpools are actually to his advantage, but not this many. He's got 3 now. He's got 1 more hit.
And 4 HP.
So he's going to be, once he's got 4 HP right now. Once he gets this big health drop, he's going to be at 12 HP. So he's going to be basically 60% of his normal health bar going into the D-Rex fight. So it is absolutely crucial that he does not take damage on Mammoth.
TortaDiego right now fighting D-Rex, looking for the jump, got the good RNG that he jumped like directly down twice, gets 2 free hits. Let's see if he's going faster. Yeah, he bonked him, he has half HP. 1 more hit to go, got him. Very nicely done.
Cuts off his ear, Van Gogh style. And mDoys takes out the elephant.
The mammoth.
He's an elephant.
The elephant.
Mammoths went extinct like 300,000 years ago.
Let's see how mDoys goes for D-Rex, our dinosaur, also at that time. Just not like the metal D-Rex. Let's see if he gets a jump too. Yeah, so he gets 2 free hits. He can go for more. He's not going for it. And 2 more hits to go. And he got the bomb, but he finished him off with 4 HP. So he had at least 1 hit more for the HP situation.
Now this Velgarder fight is a crucial fight for TortaDiego. Neither of these runners took an E-Tank, so you cannot afford to take damage here. And TortaDiego does take 6 bars of damage, so he is now at 12 health remaining in his life pool.
He had at least the situation that he finished the dog with the last shot when the dog was next to him, so he avoided the next damage. What brings him into the situation that he has at least enough HP for...
Excuse me, he has 14 health left. I forgot they take 2 E-Tanks. So he can take 1 lightning shot from Big Sig, he can take 1 claw shot, but he can only take 1 hit. A second hit is death. And with your tournament life on the line, what do you got, Torta? mDoys does take some damage there.
Only 4 HP away,
right? Takes 4 HP. It was a projectile hit, so he has 16 health now. So he can take He can take one health, one hit,
What
but
are
he
the
can't take
claws
6.
doing? The claws is
Oh, the claws are not being nice.
TortaDiego, the nerd, managed to go up.
So,
Lightning.
here we go.
Oh
16
my
shots,
goodness.
all the dodges.
Very good done. The lightning coming out twice. The claw really tries to crush him. Yes.
As we saw
50%.
last phase, the claw does not like TortaDiego.
Oh my goodness, he's down again. He waits, and he got crushed!
No! TortaDiego!
Oh, the nerve. And mDoys with a very low HP situation, because I think he bonked. Sorry that we didn't saw it. I think he bonked the Jedi because he had much more HP before, and he has no E-tanks. The same situation like for TortaDiego, also for mDoys. One hit and he's
cannot
done.
take any hit.
That
so
was
now
it.
mDoys, and he jumped straight into the claw.
My goodness. So both have to farm right now for HP. Not really, but for ammo drop. You see TortaDiego right now farming the ammo. So they have both again enough ice and enough spark to finish the first 2 forms before they go for Vulgata.
I think Torta actually has enough right now. He needs to check his start screen. Yeah, he has enough ammo now. So he's going to be able to go through and start the next fight. So segment 2, I thought this was a best of 3, but apparently this is
a best of 4. Yeah, definitely. So we have TortaDiego again fighting the dog. They have to do the same thing what they did before again. They have to fight the dog and the Jedi, and of course the last form, the claws. He got already the damage. Oh, okay. I think both are right now having a really tense situation in the mind, and I can definitely not blame them.
Torta does take a projectile damage, so he is now at 16 health. He can only take 1 hit from Big Sick.
Let's see how he's going for the Jedi. And we start with mDoys coming with the dog. Going for the shots. Avoiding damage as much as possible. Got the bonk, 6 HP away.
Yep. So now he needs to be really careful. Alright, so now mDoys has 12, so he cannot take any damage. Or no, he has 14. He has 14, so he can take 1 damage from both the lightning and. But he needs to make sure he doesn't take a knee to the face from Jedi like
both can have, when mDoys is finishing the Jedi correctly, both can get 1 hit or damage from the claws. And you see TortaDiego really scared about the claw in the beginning, going up directly. He does not want to get another. Yeah, he does not want to get another. He got the lightning. He has 4 HP. He has to finish it right now off. The right claw came and he crushed him again.
No, Torta!
The right claw came. mDoys in the elite, in the advantage. The right claw crushed him.
3 hits away from victory, and now mDoys
with
back
big
in the
advantage.
driver's seat. Well,
will he go directly up?
Basically the same damage that he had last run.
Let's see what the claws are doing this time. He fell down, he has to wait. He avoided the damage. He got the claw. He has to avoid any damage right now. Middle of the HP down. The right claw, he got crushed too! That is impossible! TortaDiego in the lead, that is not possible! My goodness, we have around 5. So both runners had the problem that the right claw always came at the time in the moment when the left claw shot at the lightning and they got a bomb before. So both runners having a little bit problems.
The final race, and
my goodness,
such an important race it is. And TortaDiego starts his climb to glory. This is now a best of 5. We're really gonna have to get these to talk. I don't want to know
these nerds right now from both. So we have TortaDiego again getting a projectile, like you said. I think mDoys didn't need so much ammo. So we are really closer like before. mDoys going for the dog.
Yeah.
And we have TortaDiego going for Jedi. This time he's playing much safer. mDoys avoiding any damage.
Oh,
nicely
he
done.
Almost took a fire wave to the face. He has full health now. So this means that he can take basically 2 shots. He can't take any lightning though. He can take 2 claw shots, or he can take 1 lightning shot. But after that, it will spell disaster for mDoys. TortaDiego, on the other hand, he has 16 health, so he can only take 1 shot from anything. After that, it's death.
Let's see if he gets directly up and he's waiting it to go up, or if he's waiting this time. A really crucial situation. He's going directly up, got the possibility, the claw was not closing it.
Yeah.
Right claw is coming, left claw is not thundering this time. He has the advantage.
Yeah.
He's in a good position this time. The right claw is coming, he has to be careful. A lot of lightnings from the left one.
Oh, he's got to be really careful with those.
Oh my goodness, okay. He had luck that no lightning. 1 more shot to go, and he got it! 39.45.
GG, TortaDiego.
What a race! What a race, guys. Woo! Miners. And the claw came, the right claw. mDoys has some problems right now, of course. The claws are trolling him again. He is in the 50% HP situation of Sigma. 4 more shots to go. 3 more shots. 2. He fall down. He has to avoid the damage. The lightnings come out. Another lightning. He got it, and he finished 14 and 17 seconds.
mDoys.
What an intense race. Wow. And the dodges.
32-second differential between the 2 runners. My goodness. Let's see if we can get some interviews for these guys.
That was a really intense race, my friends.
Oh man. And you know,
GG both.
Drago got everything he wanted.
Like
17 deaths in this.
Blame Dragonar. So we had 2 deaths of both in the last Sigma fight. And the third one was the final one. So you can see how much the claws
it was 2 victories for TortaDiego, 2 victories for final Sigma.
So Sigma won, I would say. 7-0 or whatever.
Sigma was the first of 2 wins. So.
Yeah, Sigma is now in the lead in the group, I would say. So guys, if you want to hop into the... I definitely understand if you would take a small break right now to breathe, but we would be happy if you would join us.
Yo, hello.
We do have TortaDiego and mDoys join. TortaDiego, congratulations on an extremely heart-wrenching victory.
How are your hands, guys? I hope you still hold the controller.
That finish was just insane.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
I think Sigma won. I don't think I deserve the win.
Oh my.
How did you feel when the second thing happened? I don't want to stick it without you with your bodies in that moment. How are you feeling right now? Are you sweating? What is how?
Well, first of all, I had to take a piss after the second match. So there's that. And yeah, I am a little sweaty right now.
I'm assuming you don't
shaking. I mean, I didn't see that done.
It was so much fun, though.
Yeah, it was so fun. I didn't see that done on Tota, and he was ahead of me. And
I was waiting
about
for the
get...
dot duns every time.
And I was like, he didn't finish. Died. Oh my god. This is my chance. I died again. Like, oh, it's over. I climbed up the top, and I was like, all right, final boss, let's go. And I died, but it didn't that done either. I was like, seriously? This is going to end? First one to be able to finish this fight will win.
One thing to point out is, the beginning of the race, Torta, you had unfortunate experiences with the TADS cars that gave mDoys second advantage.
Yeah, I saw that. It was so unfortunate. So it was like...
The first, I don't know how long, but the first 20 minutes of the race, it just seemed like, mDoys was on cruise control, TortaDiego was on... You were both on cruise control, and then mDoys decided not to farm for health before Spider.
And I had
to Spider on the first race, and then he died to Spider on the third race, right?
And the sadly thing about it is I read the pattern right. All I had to do is release I shot a frame early, and I had it. I was at the right spot.
That is what I just mentioned in the moment. Like you, for 1 second, you avoided to release it because you think you had done it. You are like you look more for the middle in the stage to finish him, and you just saw that you explode, and you're like, oh no!
I just dashed into him. Dead.
And then
you dashed into it. I saw.
At a certain point in time, Berlin and I were kind of confused for a second because when you deal the final shot of damage, you always hear that explosion. And then that explosion was followed by the sound of Mega Man dying. And we're like, wait, what just happened?
Double
Should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, how had been your nerves, especially in the third race, guys? Like I hear right now, you watched the other stream, you watched where the other guy was, like even with the delay. How did you feel when things like everything happened? Did you even only concentrate on yourself, or what happened in your...
Well, I was watching the stream, so I kind of got, like, when mDoys was ahead, I could see what he was doing, or, I don't know. Watching the stream while you're running adds something different to the run, definitely.
Yeah.
It does, but I would not say it was making me do some safety strat. I was like, alright, it's that, but I'm a bit behind, but I will go for it. I don't mind. I want to get the best.
Yeah.
And we had 3 pretty close races.
Yeah.
Not even 30 seconds apart, all of them, I believe.
Once the race got close,
fun race.
We could really start to see, especially after mDoys died, we could really start to see the nerves kind of kick in. TortaDiego tried to fight Octo with fire.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What was up with that weapons? Like, you had rowing
I
shield.
have no idea. Controllers are funky.
On that third match as well, I was going into Octo. I was kind of low on HP. I was like, I'll grab that for safety, but I missed the dash input. I was like, oh, never mind. I'm not going back. I would just go for it.
Well, anyone who runs this game knows how funky a missed dash can, like, mess you up, or just anything like that can, like... Because it's all muscle memory, right? So, like, when you miss a dash, it's just, like, gets you out of the funk, I guess.
Yeah. You really lose your rhythm and you lose your flow, and if you miss the dash and you just continue on with rhythm, you can lose that entire dash before you actually really get back into that rhythm. And sometimes in certain areas, that rhythm is completely lost. Like, for instance, one area I can think of is the hallway from Penguin to Eagle and Sigma 2. If you miss a dash there, you're just gonna freaking stumble your way across until you get to the ladder. It is a very, very not good stage.
Yeah.
We saw also TortaDiego, like in the Eagle fight, that he got a tornado. The last shot, I think, he was very close to the ledge. I think you two had been like in a trance situation in that moment. I think when you saw like the deaths and everything and getting closer to the end. For sure, you had been only like doing stuff in the controller, and you don't even know what you had done. I guess just like putting inputs and just reacting. So it was a very intense race, and we both had heart attacks many times, me and Cass. Yeah. The whole 3 races when you were like playing 4 HP.
I'm pretty sure we had twice as many heart attacks. But...
Yeah, it was turning around watching the Speed Gaming channel like, my god, we're that close. We are still that close. Man, this is not moving.
I think at one point in time, you guys, I think race 2, you guys were in sync from Vile Grab all the way to Penguin Door until Penguin decided to slide on Torta's screen and didn't really give you any slides in mDoys. But, that was an interesting segment because it's like, wow, am I really watching just one race or am I watching 2? Like, the
syncs are always fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew beforehand that my race against mDoys was going to be a close one, fun one, and it was.
Yeah, I mean, the time I set for the seeding was PB I had a year ago, and my first race in this tournament, because I didn't really time any run much for that, I was like, alright, my time is pretty close to Torta. So now we're gonna have a fun time, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you both talk before that you were skipping the subtech, or was it just that you're both going
No,
for that?
that's
No, we did
that's
not.
what I go.
Yeah, that's what I always do in my run. So
I was feeling like I could not hold back, and that just handful of seconds for the sub tank could actually cost me a race. So I was like, I'll try for this the phantom grab in Dillo, which I didn't
We
get.
saw that. We saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah. You didn't get it wrong.
Actually, I did get it in the first race. So I was like, well, is it worth getting? It could have saved me this race actually.
Yeah. One thing, the final thing I want to talk about, is your choice in safety items. You both forego grabbing the E-Tank and Eagle stage. And we talked about it in race 1. We talked about it a little bit in race 2. You know, when you forego that E-Tank, you have to have high amounts of confidence in your final Sigma fight. In race 1 and race 2, you definitely did. What happened in race 3?
Well, I mean, you were watching. You saw the kind of RNG I got for the claw. The first one I
my
had
claws were horrible.
The first race I had, I had 8 HP left. I was like, all right, don't rush. Watch the claw. And as I was saying that, I just jumped wall and boom, dead. I was like, wow, that was not going slowly.
Yeah, when you see the right claw come to join the left claw and you're in the corner, you just there's not much to do.
Yeah,
especially if one of them is going for a lightning, you know.
Yeah, that's what cost me the second death.
Mhm.
I was in the corner.
We do have to go ahead and wrap this up now.
Okay.
Gaming does need to host its next tournament race.
All right.
Starting
All right,
right
congrats,
now.
Torta.
So, one final call out to our runners, TortaDiego and M. These guys a follow. Hell of a show today. Thank you as always for my partner, Berlin Dude 1 on commentary, and a shout out to Fiesel for the restream. You guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time on the Mega Man X Any Percent Tournament 2017.
Have a good evening. Thanks for everyone.
See you.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for watching.